It's week 2 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs on Sunday night.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game, and I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Chargers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this will be quite a start for them if they can win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his target, Allen. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. And here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect to it for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. From the 29, Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert operating from the red zone. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. Down inside the 10. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. (7-7) our score after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll go right back to the Nwangu. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Hopkins' kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun, it's a give to Vaughn. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because
Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Once again, we're going to get it done as a group.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, Connor, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Being chased out left. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert, open man is Denzel Mims. And he gets us to the other side of the field across the 45 before going out. 11 yards for number 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, Justin Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, Herbert. And it's caught. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners last week defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. It's Herbert. That's caught by Kelly. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Another run now for Nwangu. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And I think really good defenders can snip out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Costello going deep here for Allen. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
To the air again, Herbert.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's brought in by Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Nwangu.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown.
Kene Nwangu, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. KC's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Mahomes firing complete.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. and they force another incompletion.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Right back to him on first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Throw left side complete. That's Keller. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
An eligible receiver downfield. Awesome.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked out by Paulson Adebo. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Herbert has it knocked free.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
Flushed out right. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Slot man moves right. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Complete to Kellen. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on 1st down. Connor, and he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
On 2nd down, here's DeWangu.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Kenny DeWangu rushing touchdowns in the opener. 2 more here in week 2.
So a nice pickup by 2 entities. 1, this team for making sure they acquired this guy. And 2, anyone who plays fantasy who has him on their team.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 2nd and inches, Mahomes, he'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Steps away to his left. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Now Mahomes.
And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Handoff right side to Wangu. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup there, without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, here's Nwogu. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Nwogu. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Oh, my goodness, how about this start to a season? I mean, it doesn't get much better. 2 touchdowns, remember, last week in the opener. 3 more here. This is some kind of pace to put yourself on.
Are we going to go ahead and look ahead and say 4 next week? Is that too much to ask for? That's what he's dreaming about right now. That's what his team's thinking about. But, boy, what a start for him.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a ball under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan. They all